star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. We get set to find out who will emerge from the Eastern Conference Play-In Tournament. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. Here with the greats, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson, and Allie LaForce, our reporter. So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. Dick and Barrett are the 2 and the 3. Jakob Poeltl out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's quickly in at the point guard position. And for the 76ers, Joel Embiid is out there with Jabari Walker. Then there's Paul George. Then it's Kyle Lowry. And it's McCain in a 2-guard. You take a look at the 76ers, considered the favorites. What do you think they need to do to keep going?
Well, you have to play to your strengths. Don't allow your opponent to speed you up or slow you down. And stick to your brand of basketball.
Now here's Lowry. Pass to Embiid. An easy 2 on the layup.
No stopping Embiid inside. He is a beast.
Outside Ingram. Picked by Poeltl. And that one's good. Ingram.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And the shot's good.
He's someone opposing defenses have a hard time game planning for.
George is screen on quickly. Kicks it to George. Pass to Embiid. Over Poeltl. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. And just over a minute played here to start the game. Barrett against George. Shot is good by Barrett.
And I love the confidence from Barrett. He enjoys finding room inside and capitalizing.
Lowry, the pass to George. It's stolen by Ingram. Pass to quickly. Back to Ingram. Poeltl with a screen on Embiid. Just 5 to shoot. Deflects the pass. George over to help. Kicks it to quickly. For McCain. The rebound by Embiid.
See, that miss right there. It's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
George, good.
Sweet touch inside the paint. George is so comfortable at that range.
For Toronto, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Well, Grant, if you had to say, is there anything you think is underrated about Embiid?
You know, B.A., I think it's his intelligence. Joel's a heady player. Sometimes big men don't get enough credit for their smarts on the court. Embiid knows the game. Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Quickly with the ball. Picked up by Lowry. Barrett against Walker. Shot is good by Barrett. Barrett's got 6 points.
Out to a hot start. 4 makes and 5 shots to begin this ball game.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I was able to catch up with Nick Nurse. I asked him about Brandon Ingram and the challenges that he presents, and he said to me he is a tremendous scorer with impressive range. Not only that, he's extremely clever at creating scoring opportunities for himself. We got to crowd his space whenever we can. We'll see how aggressive their defense is against him tonight. BA, back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Now here's Ingram. What a tremendous game he played against Boston.
The length of Ingram is something else. Gets up to slam it in a second's notice because of it.
George outside. They set the pick. Pass to Embiid. Over Poeltl. And there's Embiid. That one's good. And the assist by George. Embiid's got his second basket of the night. Now Poeltl. Toronto passing it around. And here is Barrett. George defending. George against Barrett. No good with a layup.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Lowry outside. Pass to Walker. Now McCain. And that'll be Philadelphia's ball as it goes out of bounds. Sixers able to keep the possession. There's the triple. Good work defensively by Dick. And so quickly we'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Here's Ingram. The rebound by Lowry. The Sixers trailing. For three, George. Embiid tips it, but no good. The Raptors have gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them. Ingram. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
The assist goes to Emmanuel quickly.
Philadelphia's gone 0 for 2 from outside. McCain, a screen on quickly. Quickly against Lowry. Pass to Embiid. 6 on the shot clock. Over Pirtle. And another miss by Philadelphia.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Down low. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
They want Ingram attacking the basket like this. It gets his juices flowing when he can get to the rim and finish strong.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
And here's Embiid. Last game with 30. Back to Lowry. Jacks up with 3. No good that time. Good work defensively by Dick. Here's Barrett. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call a timeout here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Changes here for the 76ers. Oubre, he's checked in for Walker. Gordon comes in for McCain, and it's Edgecombe in for Lowry. So Toronto going with almost an entire new group here. Mamukelashvili's checked in for Pirtle. Mobo comes in for Barrett. Walter, he's checked in for Dick. Shed comes in for Quickly. Here's Edgecombe. Taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
Yeah, 3 turnovers already and some frustration starting to settle in.
And the 76ers making a change here. Edwards is checked in. Here's Toronto with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Here's Walter, defended by Gordon. They set a pick. Pass to Mamukelashvili. He buries it from 3. And now an 11-point Toronto lead.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Now Embiid. at 6. Rebounded by Ingram.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off.
Pass to Shed. Launches a 3. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 in this game. 76ers trail by 11. Gordon, the pass to Oubre. To the inside. They swipe it. And they're pushing it up. Here's Shed. And he lays it in on the break. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Toronto.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
They're also managing to make lots of trouble for their opponent in transition. Right away, they're finding points on the break.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call a timeout here. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Checked in for the Sixers. And Toronto also making a switch. Abaji's checked in for Ingram. Here's Edgecombe. No points so far. 1:52 left in the first. 5 to shoot. Pass to Gordon. Shoots over Walter. And another miss by Philadelphia. Toronto leading by 13. How about the longevity of Eric Gordon? The definition of a reliable vet, Richard.
It is impressive, right? He was drafted back in 2008. Guys like Eric, you can count on night in and night out. They're very valuable.
Here's Shed. He's averaging almost 5 points a game. 1:14 left in the first quarter here. Philadelphia moving it around. Pass to Edgecombe to end the drought. Sends it home from three-point land.
You just have to get somebody out on Edgecombe. He's not a guy you want to leave open.
Here's Walter. To the paint. Robbed. Now here's Edwards. Tight defense on him. Here's Gordon. And the deficit down inside single digits.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Mobo. Still no points.
And that's his second foul committed with a lot of game left. Gotta be careful.
Substitution on the court.
"19 seconds left to play in the first. Here's the pick. Here's Shed. No good from outside. Pass to Edwards. For three. No luck on that one. R.J. Barrett, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Raptors. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everyone, to second quarter action of this NBA play-in game. All right, what stands out to you from Toronto in this one?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
We've got Jared McCain, Edwards out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Edgecombe. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Toronto shooting their first free throws of the night now. That one's off. And Philadelphia making a change here. Gordon's checked in. That one's no good. 76ers trail by 8. The 11-footer. Walter pulls it in. Pass to Barrett. Here's Mobo. Takes the 3. Can't hit it. He's 0 for 2 now. Outside Oubre. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line.
Defensive foul. Personal foul.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throw of the evening.
At the line for one, Kelly Oubre Jr.
One shot.
Toronto leading by 5. Pass to Mamukelashvili. Down low. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Now here's Oubre. We saw him with 11 points in his last game. 6 to shoot. Back to McCain. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Raptors. Here's Mobo. No points yet. Pass to Walter. Here's Shed. Toronto passing it around. Here's Barrett. Can't get it to go. His second miss in 6 tries. 76ers trail by 7. Gordon on the wing. Now here's McCain. Doesn't go for him. The Raptors have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Good on the shot. Mobo's gotten his first points in this one.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
Outside McCain. Takes one from 10 feet. Out to Oubre. And it's out of bounds. The Sixers able to retain possession here. Embiid, he's checked in for Gordon. And Toronto also making a switch. Ingram's checked in. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. A nice shot by McCain.
Nice sequence off the inbound. Ball movement and player movement creating the good look.
Outside Ingram. Inside. Shot is good by Mamukelashvili. Mamukelashvili's got 7 points.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Pass to Embiid. Here's Edgecombe. Shot clock at 6. Screen by Embiid. Philadelphia needs to get off a shot. Oh, Embiid knocking it down from downtown.
You must respect Embiid's defender. He'll make you pay every chance he gets.
With the fadeaway. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now. Right side Oubre. Pass to Edgecombe. Screen by Embiid. And Embiid gets the double team. Ooh, look at Embiid converting in close.
A gifted interior scorer. When Embiid establishes himself down there, he is almost automatic.
Pass to Barrett. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 10.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Outside Edwards. Back to McCain. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Barrett.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Here's Walter, covered by McCain. Ingram against Edwards. The Raptors need to get off a shot. Walter from outside. And the call will be against Brandon Ingram. That's his first foul of the game. Both teams deciding to change it up.
Substitution on the court.
'76ers trail by 6. So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
Yeah, we can see over here, the coach, he has some choice words for his team. Words we cannot repeat.
George outside. Pass to Embiid. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by Ingram.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And here is Barrett. Six on the shot clock. From the right block. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
Lowry, the pass to Embiid. Counted. Now 5 of 11 for the game.
He's looking much more confident here in the second quarter as far as his scoring goes.
Pass to Walter. Back to Quickly. And there's Toronto with another bucket.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Now Lowry. Yet to see a basket. George outside. This one for three. And that comes off the assist by Lowry.
You can't lose track of PG. He is a lethal catch-and-shoot option.
In a lot of ways, Paul George has been the prototype of the modern swingman trade.
Yeah, 6'8", and with his versatile skill set, plug and play on any team. But health has been a challenge as of late. Now in his mid-30s, can he maintain that elite level?
Now here's George. 7 points in the game. Embiid misses. Ingram with the ball. And McCain picks him up defensively. Pass to Quickly. Outside for Ingram. Quickly outside. Beyond the arc. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got his 6th rebound on the night. Lowry surveys the D. Pass to George. His 4th make in 5 tries. Solid start for him.
Yeah, muscling his way for the bucket. George doing what he does best.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. He's checked in for Philadelphia. Toronto also changing it up. Mamukelashvili comes in for Barrett, and it's Grady Dick in for Walter. Here's Ingram. Give him 8 points now. Toronto passing it around. To the middle. And George with some nice D.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Walker for 3. Toronto grabs the miss.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
On the wing quickly. He's guarded by Lowry. George against Ingram. 5 on the clock. Over George. That one falls. Ingram's got 10 points in the game.
A long wing. Ingram has the ability to score down low, not just knocking down perimeter shots.
Lowry against Quickly. Pass to Lowry. Screen by Embiid. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Mamukelashvili. End of quarter management here. They can go 2 for 1.
Make the math work in your favor.
Outside Dick. Now here's Quickly. Pirtle with a screen on Lowry. Quickly with the ball. And Walker picks him up defensively. Chalk up 2 there. And now it's a 7-point Toronto lead.
Ooh, fighting for those 2. Jakob Pirtle using that 7'1" frame.
Lowry, the pass to Embiid. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the second quarter.
How do you avoid fouling Embiid inside the paint? It's nearly impossible. The man is a monster.
These are his first free throws of the game.
At the line for 2, Joel Embiid.
Shoot 2.
That free throw no good.
It's tough to find things to not love about Embiid's game. It's so complete. He's a true two-way player who is a nightmare you have to deal with on both ends.
And he sinks the second.
Shooting over 80% from the line during his career, Embiid is not only one of the best free throw shooting centers in the league today, he's one of the best all time.
With some arc. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Toronto Raptors with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
I'm here with Nick Nurse, and Coach, I saw you imploring your team to pick it up. Where do you need to be better in the second half?
Well, we're not very good offensively right now. I think we're taking some okay shots, but we got to be a little bit more patient and keep moving it around a little bit. Need multiple paint touches rather than just one. So we just got to do a little bit better job of getting off it and relocating a little bit.
Patience is a virtue. Thank you, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
Back to the center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Run. They're venturing up that shot. Participant.
First half of this postseason contest, and it hasn't been a great game so far for the Philadelphia 76ers.
My bed is the best you can buy, but it ain't as soft as their defense right now. They got to shore up that side of the ball.
I think Shaq needs a nap. Somebody's tired of watching bad D. Taking a look at how the series is going for the Raptors. They've got a good chance of landing that 8th seed position and avoiding seeing their season come to an end.
Those high stakes should keep them from sweating. There's nothing more dangerous than a team with their season on the line.
Yeah, momentum can shift. Anything could happen. They gotta finish strong.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And welcome back to 2K Sports coverage of the play-in game as we move to the second half of action. Nice game. Great performance by R.J. Barrett.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
And so quickly, we'll bring it up for the Raptors. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Checking out the group for Darko Rajakovic to start the second half. Dick and Barrett are the 2 and the 3. Brandon Ingram out there with Jakob Poeltl. And it's quickly in at the 1 spot. Now here's Barrett. Shoots over George. Barrett can't hit. Barrett against George. Rebound, Toronto. Here's Ingram. The rebound by Embiid. 76ers trail by 6. Outside McCain. Left side Walker. It's stolen by Ingram. Inside. Here comes Toronto on the push. And it's quickly with a miss.
That's not how you want to come out of the break. 3 straight misses. They need to settle in quick.
Pass to Lowry. Here's the 3. Quickly with the rebound. Raptors lead by 6. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 5. And George with some nice D.
An ominous start to the second half. They are now 0 for 4.
Lowry finds George. Got it. George has got 11 points.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll. Finally, a make. It only took 5 attempts in the half.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
That's good. And so Lowry with the assist. Lowry's got 4 assists now tonight.
And George hits him with the clapback 3.
Outside Dick. Pass to Ingram. Looking to end this cold spell. And it's good on the layup. He's got 12.
Yeah, Ingram is having a great night so far, playing passionate offense and finding lots of quality looks.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. '76ers trail by 6. Here's Embiid. Oh! Embiid packs it down!
The offensive arsenal of Embiid is phenomenal. He's capable of scoring in a multitude of ways.
Outside Dick. Quickly with a screen on McCain. Back to Quickly. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. And the Raptors lead by 6. And so George will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Offline with a 3. The Raptors have gone 3 of 7 here in this third quarter. You know, when you think about the league's most capable scorers, Paul George has to be on that list, Richard.
When I think of PG, he's just a perfect basketball player. Dunks, threes, mid-range. This man can do it all. And when he's got it going, it's hard to think of a more complete scorer. And imagine how good they'll look if he can start to chip in a bit more offensively.
Here's McCain. Buries it down low.
What I want to know is, where is the rim protection? That was just too easy.
Outside Barrett. Back to Quickly. Here's Dick. Sinks the tray. Dick's got 6 here in the quarter.
And I love Dick's aggressive mindset. I mean, this is how lethal he can be catching and firing.
Pass to Walker. Philadelphia moving it around. Here's McCain. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Back to Lowry. George outside. Shot clock at 6. Pulls up, high post, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Oh, PG is dynamite from that range. You can't let him get comfortable from there.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
Moving with your dance style. Let's dance.
He's checked in for Dick. Toronto leading by 6. Pass to Ingram. Here's Barrett. Hurdle with a screen on George. Barrett into the lane. Shoots over George. No good from 11 feet. The 76ers have gone 6 for 9 in the half. Lowry outside. From downtown. And it's Toronto with a rebound. Ingram's got his 5th rebound in this one. Quickly against Lowry. Quickly passes to Ingram. Hurdle with a screen on George. Down low. And Pirtle gets it to go on the assist by Barrett. Pirtle's gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
We have seen Jakob's role on offense grow over the years. He is a high percentage shooter from inside.
Lowry outside. Pass to Embiid. Over Pirtle. And that one comes up a bit short. Raptors lead by 8. Quickly outside. Outside Ingram. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Looking at who's out there now for Philadelphia. Oubre, he's checked in for Walker. Edwards comes in for Paul George. Gordon, he's checked in for McCain. And it's Edgecombe in for Lowry. Toronto also changing it up. Mamukelashvili's checked in for Pirtle. Mobo comes in for Quickly. Now here's Oubre. Launches it. And no good. Toronto has gone 3 of 4 from outside in the second half. Pass to Walter. To the inside. Here's Mamukelashvili. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's a 10-point Toronto lead.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Right side, Oubre. To the right side. Here's Edgecombe. Walter pulls it in. Walters has got 4 rebounds in the game. Takes a 3. Gordon pulls it in. Philadelphia's gone just 1 of 5 from 3-point range here in the third quarter. Pass to Edgecombe. side, Oubre. Philadelphia with another miss.
That is not a bad decision to pull it from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
Up the floor. Here's Edwards. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Left side, Barrett. Over Edgecombe. Barrett can't hit. 76ers trail by 10. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Pass to Ingram. Pulls up at the elbow. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got rebound number 11. 29 seconds left to play in the third. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Raptors lead by 10. Outside Ingram. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Picked it out of midair. And so it's the Toronto Raptors ending the quarter up 10. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And we welcome you back as we head into the fourth quarter of this decisive play-in game. We've got Edgecombe, Kelly Oubre out there with Eric Gordon. Then there's Edwards, and it's McCain in at the point guard position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Just 5 on the clock. Fires, high post. Gordon can't hit. Toronto leading by 10. Here's Walter. Toronto passing it around. Puts up a three. And it's Shed missing.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
Here's Edgecombe. Off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits. Pass to Shed. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Barrett with it. Here's Mobo, covered by McCain. Mobo can't hit. Left side McCain to the paint. Now here's Edwards, tightly guarded. Pass to Gordon. Here's Oubre, fires from deep. Hits the trifecta.
Hey, he can make that shot, and you have to respect him defensively.
And Barrett has got the ball here for the Raptors. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth. Here's Shed, covered by McCain. They set the pick. Here's Walter, driving in. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Here's Edgecombe. Pick by Oubre. Here's McCain. And he banks in the layup.
Got it in close, and unless it's an open three, that's the key to efficient offense.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now.
Mid-range ball for your successor, UNC.
Making a change here. Embiid's checked in. Brandon Ingram is checked in for Toronto. A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Over that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear what Darko Rajakovic said to the team. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
Great work, Ali. Thanks. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Barrett passes to Ingram. Back to Barrett. It's stolen. It's Edwards on the wing, covered by Ingram. It's McCain on the wing. Embiid's got space. Again, Philadelphia.
That's just not fair. 7-footers like Embiid, but that size, they aren't supposed to shoot like that.
And the call will be against Kelly Oubre. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Outside Barrett. Toronto passing it around. And here's Ingram outside. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Such a physical player. Hard not to get into it with Embiid when you're covering him.
And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
You've got to be impressed with how assertive they are on offense, continuing to cut hard to the rim time and time again.
Yeah, all game long, they've been also playing well inside in the paint. Lots of points are coming their way thanks to them attacking the interior.
The free throw drops for Embiid. George, he's checked in for Edwards. And Embiid drops them both. Toronto leading by 3. Outside Ingram. There's the triple. And again, Toronto, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots. Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Here's Mamukelashvili. Pass to Barrett. Got it. Good job in the low post. 14 points for R.J. Barrett. 76ers trail by 3. And here's Embiid. There goes Embiid. Basket counts.
And I'll tell you, this thing looked pretty much over heading into the fourth, but give them a lot of credit for fighting their way back.
Oubre against Ingram. And that one's good.
A go-to score. Love seeing Ingram take punishment and fight his way through it.
So both teams changing it up here.
Shooting for Toronto, Brandon Ingram. At the line.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
That free throw, good from Ingram.
Yeah, and Brandon Ingram doesn't get enough credit for his growth as a free throw shooter. He shot below 70% from the line in his first 3 seasons, but since then, he hasn't dipped below 80.
Pass to Embiid. Back to George. And the jam by George!
What a move by DG with a hard finish.
Thanks to AT&T for that fantastic look from their connected cam. For Toronto, they've gotten 3 of 7 attempts in this fourth quarter to fall. Here's Mamukelashvili. Barrett passes to Quickly. Ingram on the wing. There's a screen. Clock at 6. Into the lane. Oh, and he nails it from the high post. Ingram's got 10 points in just the second half.
Nice touch from the mid-range. Ingram looking confident, rising up and shooting from there.
Walker for 3. Rebound Toronto. Barrett's got 5 rebounds tonight. Ingram, the pass to Mamukelashvili. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
We know Ingram as a scorer, but Brandon's really worked on his passing game over the years.
Embiid is screen on Quickly to the inside. Intercepted. Out on his own on the break. Here's Mamukelashvili. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass eating. Inside. And Embiid with the slam.
Woo, throw it down, big man. You gotta love seeing Embiid rise up and just throw it down.
Outside Ingram. Pass to Barrett. Here's Mamukelashvili from the arc. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
And in the second half here, they're shooting a terrific percentage from 3.
McCain is screen on Barrett. Outside McCain. The 3 is up. Oh, it's off. Raptors lead by 7. Quickly deciding where to go with it. Barrett against George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Barrett fires. Oh, missed on the tray. Philadelphia has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Embiid. Not that time. The Raptors have gotten 6 of 12 shots to go here in this fourth quarter. Now Ingram. And it's blocked by Embiid.
You're not going to have much success going at Embiid like that.
And we have to take another look at that block.
Yeah, I love that they maintain the defensive energy even when they're behind.
Pirtle's checked in for Toronto. Dick comes in for Walter. And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Here's quickly. Lowry rips down the board.
I thought he had that ball sewn out, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Dick against McCain. George outside. 6 to shoot. McCain against Dick. Oh, it misses! And here's quickly. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Here's Dick. Outside Ingram. Now Dick. Now Barrett for 3. Cleared away by Embiid. And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Oubre, he's checked in for the Sixers.
For your Philadelphia 76ers, ENT.
'76ers trail by 7.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
Anything other than a make is game over. This is where you lean on your stars to get you to the finish line. I'm not sure what he was thinking. That's a weird pass.
Raptors lead by 7. Outside Ingram. Bucket is good!
It's hard trying to match up with Ingram, especially when he's looking to score inside.
Now here's George. Beyond the arc. Ooh, it doesn't go. Barrett against Oubre. Here's Dick. Now Ingram.
The length of Ingram poses issues for defenders, which is why he gets fouled a lot.
Third team foul. At the line for the Raptors, Brandon Ingram. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
So the first one drops, and that'll push the lead to double digits.
A natural scorer. Every single year, Ingram seems to take another leap in his game.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Making no mistakes and putting some extra nails in the coffin right here. That pretty much do it.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. George. Ooh, they can't stop the run with that one. Ingram against George. And there it is. The Toronto Raptors come away with a huge win. They talked about their goals coming in. Focus on one game at a time. Man, they really seized the moment here tonight.
They really did, B.A. And this is why fans and our media partners love the play-in tournament. It adds a whole new level of excitement and entertainment.
Well, that's going to do it for us, folks. Tonight, just an appetizer for what's in store beyond these play-in games. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Brandon Ingram.